So now we talk about Sopana Cetasika. What is the first one? Again and again, begin again, understand more.
Saddha.
What is it?
Purity. Pure.
What do you mean by pure?
To being kusala.
Not to be akusala.
Again, one by one.
Purity to being kusala only, not to be akusala.
What is taken?
Purity means that chittas and cetasikas, they are free from every akusala, and there is only kusala. That is crystal clear.
Why?
Make pure the arising chitta and cetasika.
And can Saddha arrive with Vipassika? Can it arrive with Ahetuka Chitta?
Yes.
This is kind of the similar.
I'm very new to that yet.
Can Sopana Cetasika arise with Ahetuka Chitta?
No, Ajahn.
No. This can't.
Maiden?
Third. What's two? But on the first Cetasika can be arise only the Safa Chitta Sadhana Cetasikas and particulars. The six particulars. Pakinaka.
Some Pakinaka Cetasika.
Can Sopana Cetasika arise with Kiriya Chitta?
Mahake.
Mahagiriya.
Mahake-san.
Can it arise with Portapanan, Manodavaravatuan, Panchadavaravatuan, Kiriya Chitta?
No, it's fine.
Why?
Because
so, no doubt about Saddha. Can it arise with Kusala Chitta?
yes,
Sasankarika?
yes.
Yes, that's one.
Otherwise, it cannot be Kusala.
Ajahn.
But actually, the nature of Saddha is not that which understand at all. But it's so clean itself, and what is there with it is cleansed by it. Saddha. And it depends on the understanding as well. If there's more understanding, Saddha is clean. Because it's clean also by Sopana Cetasika. But the one who clean everything is Saddha, even without Panya. That's why there can be Kusala moment, at moment of 10 Kusala Kamman Patam. Punya Kriyan Vatu. At moment of giving away things for the other's benefit. Is that also certain?
Sure.
Otherwise, it is akusala which is not clean. So it cannot give away things at all. Paying respect to idol worship is Satan.
Yoga.
Yoga.
No.
There is yoga. That is what Cetasika, which knows that is Yoga, is the Kusala. Cetasikas, Sopana Cetasikas, 19 Sopana Cetasikas, the one which is straight to the truth. Be true to the truth. Otherwise, it cannot know what is true and what is not true. Do you pay respect to anything today? To what?
To Lord Buddha first.
How?
By praying, by worship.
Someone just do like this. Is that person pay respect to? And what about do this, paying respect to parents?
Yes.
Kusala or akusala?
Kusala.
Why?
it is and for good deeds.
To be humble, show respect to those who are good, do good deeds to sons or daughters, parents, do good deeds with metta or with attachment.
I also would like to ask Ajahn as well. When we offer some money to the monk, it can kusala without panya. One and another group people say that is not kusala at all. What do you think, Ajahn, this point?
Can kusala arise very easily?
No, Ajahn.
That's why we cannot just say that person is kusala or akusala at all. That's why there has to be considering about what is there as it is. Mother gives the food to the son or the daughter with kusala or akusala chitta.
Sometimes kusala, sometimes akusala.
Who knows? Only the mother knows. Yeah. So at the moment you give something to someone, kusala or akusala. So the question is about giving money to the monk. Whose monk? The one who received money?
Yes.
No, not at all. Impossible. That's why can we say that it is kusala? Just like giving to someone, friend, or even stranger, see, depends on citta. If you don't know who's monk, so what citta is there? What are you doing at that moment to that person with respect or without respect? So even kusala citta or akusala citta is so very subtle. It depends on understanding at that very moment, because just the manners, the way one is doing something cannot tell at all, whether it's with kusala or akusala. That's why we have to learn to understand the very subtle reality at that moment. The same to moment when you give something to your parents, see, it depends on understanding at that very moment with attachment, affection, or with kindness, or so be faithful or truthful to what he or she had done for you from birth. The truth is the truth. As everyone still has akusala, one has to be true to the truth at that very moment, whether it is akusala or kusala. So the one who has no understanding of the truth at all cannot understand what is there right then at that moment, but takes it for gratitude and so on, very wholesome. But at that moment, no understanding of citta at that moment, whether is there attachment, affection to the receiver, to sister or brother, to friend, close friend, dear friend, or just stranger. The truth is the truth. So now we are studying about Dhamma, the absolute truth. Never change. Not just the monk. When you give something, could repeat or could end up or could aim, see anyone. What citta is there? Why don't you give to the other? Or the reason for giving is there. Why not the other? And that cannot be known at all if there is no more understanding about what is there as no one and nothing at all, or are Dhammas. That's why we learn to understand that we are talking about the truth of what is there right now and each moment in life. Otherwise, the akusala cannot be eradicated at all with no understanding of the truth. Only the moment of understanding the nature of what is there as no one is the beginning to understand a little more about the truth. The world is not as wide as we think. The whole world with many countries is so very tiny, just in a moment of seeing and gone. Is that true? And this is learning to let go, clinging to something so big or so very little, no matter what it is. What is the nature of it? Everything is so very tiny. At moment of touching, is that the whole body or just that which is hard? It cannot be taken for arms or legs or anything at all. At that moment, see, very, very short, very, very tiny and gone. If this true, there can be more development of understanding to penetrate the truth that is now. Otherwise, it's just in the book. But it's now begin to understand how much ignorance and clinging and all kinds of akusala, or the right understanding gradually letting go the idea of someone or something. The first round, just understanding the truth intellectually only. That's not enough, because hardness is there, seeing is there, thinking is there, which can be known. Otherwise it cannot be known without the enlightenment of the Buddha. That's why I understand how long it will take to really get closer to the truth, even is so close right now. Begin to understand Buddha, his teaching, not from money. And was monk who follow the teachings to live like the Buddha, follow his step. Does monk still cling to sensuous object? See, at moment of receiving money, more attachment. It's not the right way for the one who leaves home to study the whole life. That's why everyone knows monk has to live, he has to take food. So give him food, give him any need for living to live on and on. Not in trouble, easy, not to think about how can I have this and that, because it depends on the one who knows what's monk and serve the monk in the right way. Otherwise, the moment of giving that to the monks is destroying his understanding and his life. Once he receives the money, not understanding that is forbidden. If there is no understanding and do whatever the Buddha said for those who receive money, what to do. And if it hasn't done yet, and this is that moment, right down to hell. Would you like to help him to go there? That's why I learned about Vinaya as well. Because actually what is meant by sila is the behavior of citta, the reality which experiences the object. In Tipitaka, kusala dhamma, akusala dhamma, avyakata dhamma, and kusala sila, akusala sila, avyakata sila, different meaning. Each word is about whatever in life, any time, any world. The truth is the truth. So it's not only 5 sila, 8 sila, 10 sila, 227 sila, but it is any moment of sila, the behavior of citta, in the right way or in the wrong way. So anyone understand the great virtues of the Buddha, at that moment, that person will not do wrong because it's so dangerous. So, have you ever give something to money?
Not money, but food.
With understanding or understanding what? Money is like the poison snake from milk. That's why understanding the truth will receive something given in the right way. But when there's no understanding, it's wrong way. No matter giving or receiving. That's why right understanding is best at any time. It will lead to more kusala, less kusala. Everyone has kama, rakha, dosya, right? And kama savan, and abhijja, kaya kanta, and nivarana. But when this comes, no one, only the accumulation of kusala and akusala keep on arising and falling away non-stop, as well as our conditions. And right understanding will condition the vipaka, wholesome vipaka. Anyone would like to have wholesome vipaka? Or what is the best thing is understanding. Receiving without understanding, what is that? Akusala. Receiving with understanding, what is that? Wholesome moments. Appreciate the giver's kusala and understand how calm that object without condition, it cannot be at that very moment. But no matter what, it's gone. For sure. Do you know Buddha a little more? From his words, in 45 years, everything, any moment. So very useful to understand the accumulation of those in the sutta, and what about life now, or Dhammas. And is this Saddha? It cleans the mind. And what is there cannot be akusala when Saddha is there. But without more understanding, can it clean, pure, more? No. Otherwise, how can there be understanding directly of what is there now as no one and no word at all? How long to understand this moment directly? What is there? If there is no understanding of hardness, can there be enlightenment? If there is no understanding of seeing right now, can there be enlightenment? It has to be everything which hasn't been known before, can be known gradually, little by little, stage by stage, from hearing Priyati to Patipatti to Pativeda, stage by stage, more and more deeper and deeper, and more subtle. It seems that it's not subtle when we talk about the reality which experiences the object now. But the nature of that is so very subtle because it's not that which is seen, heard, and so on. It's there. Who knows? So very shortly, gone in split seconds. The big world is so very tiny in truth. Is that right? Is it in the teachings of the Buddha? So now, we are talking about Sobhana Cetasika. Saddha is one. No doubt about Saddha?
No.
At moment when Moha is there Saddha?
No.
But when Saddha is there, can there be Moha?
No.
Because Saddha is so clean, so pure. Whatever is there, it's pure and clean because of Saddha is there to be kusala. This is the first Sobhana Cetasika. No doubt anymore.
Yes, that's right.
So, how do you know? A little more Saddha, or just the same as the beginning, the first moment, or the earlier moment? Is Saddha as so little as the same when you just heard about it? Or now a little more Saddha?
A little more Saddha.
Cleaner? Until it's so clean. Satipatthana, Indriya,
full meaning.
That's why we learn to understand each reality about the wholesome Sobhana Cetasika. It has to be Saddha. If Citta is unclean, it's impossible for further, higher, clearer kusala. So it needs Saddha. Even it's not known, but at that moment without it, Citta has to be a kusala. Nothing can make it pure or clean. That's why Saddha is there with any moment of wholesome moment. Who knows that there is Saddha? Because it's clean so that it can be more Saddha, more kusala. To understand more when it's clean. But when it's not clean, even the word is so true, no understanding. Because Citta at that moment is not clean to understand at all. So the more understanding, the more Saddha, cleaner and cleaner, is the way to clean Citta. A little more understanding, until Saddha is there as Indriya. See, at moment of understanding, the object of right understanding is there right now. No need to look for anything. But right understanding is not enough yet. Not clean enough yet. That's why clean it with right understanding, on and on and on. Otherwise, we think of Saddha just when it arises with, for example, understanding. I have more saddha of the teachings. We think about understanding. But citta is clean. Any time when it's there. And when it's not clean yet, it cannot understand anything. That's why even it is the wholesome Cetasika, it's very difficult to understand it. Because no selection, it depends on understanding. To understand the unnothingness, this is the most important. No choice, not anyone's will, all depends on conditions. To understand with awareness directly on what object. It's not there yet, but when it's time, no matter what is there, it can be object of understanding. Would you like to understand here?
Yes, Saddha.
Would you like? Or whatever is there now, depend on condition. Otherwise, Silapata Brahmasa is there. Unknowingly, intention, Atta, would like very much to just have understanding of that very object. Try so hard to understand it. It's wrong. Never to understand. Citta is so clean at that moment. No saddha. So even just the word saddha, if we think that there is the understanding enough, it's not right. Because when one thinks about it's firm, it's moment of have confidence, but what is from the very beginning that make it firmer when it's clean?
Until it's saddha phala.
What is it again? Each word is not just in the book. There is saddha, which is not sattindriya. And when it's not sattindriya, how can it be sattiphala? That's why I have firm confidence of Dhamma.
Firm confidence.
No way, no control. All are no son of, non-self, but anything. What is so big is so very tiny. It's so very tiny.
There are 4 different kinds of saddha. Kamma saddha, vipaka saddha, and tathagata bodhisattva. Did you hear about that before? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure you're going to study this point.
That's why firm understanding is the most important. That you can understand any word, letter. For example, saddha and sattindriya, see, and satiphala, and sati sampocangha. Many words, but learn little by little, word by word. So now a little more understanding of saddha, sopana, because it's clean. Is citta very dirty? Not clean. And when there's right understanding, it's clean. Just one dot, few dots. Never enough until all cleans up or you clean away dirtiness, ignorance, all kind of akusala, So if you see someone, pay respect to the cat. Is it Saddha? Not at all. Paying respect to
the cow, the statue.
yeah, or Laksami.
คันนี้
รูปปั้นพระลักษมีพระนารายณ์
Blind.
Do you pay respect to the Ganges River?
He does that.
Someone wake up and pay respect to the sun. See? It makes the world bright, light. See? Is it clean at that moment?
The sonic example.
Not Saddha. And what about weather on Sunday?
In Nepal also, Sunday this color, Monday this color,
For the
trees.
what condition then?
Which
An attachment.
an attachment. 11.
No hiri. Another wholesome cetasika.
9.
No anuttappa.
What people believe by reading their lucky color, lucky stones, lucky gems, according to different horoscope, they should wear their color stones. And is it also Silabhatta?
What condition that action? Why do you do that? Why do you pay respect to such and such? Or even the color, see?
To be attachment. Be attachment. It was my career.
And when you follow the wrong path, the wrong deeds,
Yes.
it is ahirika, not hiri. So when we talk about hirika, at any moment of akusala, and when it's hiri, any moment of wholesome citta, cetasika. But hiri has to be there. No one, a reality, which is shame to do the wrong thing. So now you can count about how many cetasikas and how many akusala or wholesome cetasikas. Hiri, Saddha first. It cleans everything. When that border is not clean, no other wholesome reality can arise.
Also be.
See, wholesome, Saddha, Hiri, Ottappa, and what else?
Aluga, Atulsas,
For
Money.
Panloga, Atulsa,
Tatra Machatta.
Tatra Machatata.
And that's many people say that reading their palms is also the basis for know the future. It is also Silabhatta, or it's true?
The Buddha to be Prince Saddha born. Is there anyone say anything? So it's like the subject that one can study about the design and so on. It depends on how skillful, how much more understanding, little by little, more and more, never enough. That's why even anything we say that, oh, he's very good in foreseeing this and that, can be wrong. But Dhamma cannot be wrong. My friend, she has a brother, cripple, but her father learned about horoscope, and it said he would have a very happy child. And it seemed so good. But what about that boy? He lives very happy, didn't understand anything. He didn't have work. He had everything. See, from then on, her father didn't study anymore. Because it depends on how you translate it or think about it and know the meaning of the father and so on. It can be true according to the rule or the nature of the condition, cause and effect. But no one can know what's one's previous accumulation long time ago. It's true. That son didn't have to do anything, just live happily. And it's possible today. I'll be in Chiang Mai 1.5 hours, 2 hours. But if it 2,000 years ago, anyone believes? Pante is in Nepal. Can talk with us. Yeah. Is there any doubt? Or by conditions? So, Saddha, Hiri, Postapa, 14.
Kaya Pasadi Sikams.
What is Kaya Pasati Cetasika?
Calmness in all Cetasikas.
Citta Pasati.
Calmness Pasita.
What is meant by calm? Opposite of that which is not calm. Yes. Opposite of worry. No worry. No akusala. No anger. No doubt. Negative feeling. And what number?
Kaya Jukuta.
Before there can be calm, see, it needs 2 cetasikas. One for citta to be calm, the other for cetasika was to be calm. It means that akusala is so very strong. It arises very often, from moment to moment. What number? What
Kaya
number?
Lahuta Cetasika. Made to Cetasika in very light way.
You mean that when it's not there, citta is so heavy? Even it's so heavy, no one knows.
Yes.
Comparing to Lahuta is quite different. What?
Chitta Kamanyata.
What is it?
Workable for Chitta.
Kaya Pavunta Cetasika.
Back to the basic, back to the lesson.
So this is, I think, isn't have to be useful for work to doesn't know you have to teach take.
As long as there has to be the understanding of Dhamma as Nama or Rupa, because it's not the word at that moment which just this is Sammakamanta or what at all, but the nature of that appears as that which experiences the object. Otherwise we cling to the word and we have more interest to try very hard to understand it. But when it's there, what can be known should be known. For example, right now, what can be known? Nothing. Or whatever is there now. hearing, seeing, thinking, and the object is there. But we think a lot about the words, forgetting that in truth, why do we talk about it? Just to understand how subtle it is, that it cannot be realized just by thinking about it and try so hard to find out the truth. Because it has to be understanding from the very beginning the true nature of that which experiences the object, not I see, not I think, and that which cannot experience, the rupa. That's all. And when there is the understanding of the reality as it experiences the object, who knows that what we have talked about can be object of realization, not at will. That's why it's so very subtle. Even we talk about Samma Vaca, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva, or the 6 pairs of wholesome Cetasikas. Each different one. One is for Citta, the other for Cetasikas. Just the word that shows how subtle it is. Just only one for Citta is not enough, because the accumulation of akusala is so very great, enormous. Just learn to understand it. It's beyond anyone's expectation. But what is there now? Develop the understanding which is so subtle. The reality which experiences now is not known yet. And we talk about how many Cetasikas are there right now and so on, just to know how very subtle it is. But no matter what is it, it's that which experiences the object, or that which cannot experience the object, little by little, which is so subtle. For example, right now, the seeing. Is it the object of right understanding yet? Before it can be realized, the nature of it. Why, when, here, close, no attention, no manasikaran. That's why we learn to understand the subtlety of our Dhammas, to understand it beyond anyone's control. No one can control, no one can make anything arise. Understanding the nature of it is the only moment letting go of ignorance and clinging. Take it for something. If it's not this way, keep on talking about this and that. How can there be a moment of understanding what is there very, very quickly, appearing and disappearing? But I, all the time, as Aswa, and no need to try to understand asava. It's Svilapata Brahmasa. That's why I learn to understand the nature of each one as so very subtle. To let go, the clinging to I am learning, I'm knowing, I'm understanding right now.